The race for Florida's 26th Congressional District continues heating up, with the incumbent Democratic Representative Debbie Mucarsel-Powell outraising her Republican challenger, term-limited Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Gimenez. But polls showing Hispanics, who make up 2/3 of the district's voters, leaning Republican by a greater margin than during the 2016 elections. The mayor, who has the impeached president's endorsement, says his top priority would be cutting taxes to stimulate the economy, because the $6 trillion in tax cuts for billionaires and corporations has worked out so well for the tens of millions of Americans currently facing eviction during a global pandemic. He also wants to gut the Affordable Care Act, which covers almost 2 million Floridians. And I mentioned there's a global pandemic going on. Mucarsel-Powell is running on sensible gun control, like a ban on assault weapons and universal background checks, expanding healthcare access for the tens of millions of Americans who are currently not insured, and combating climate change, which will cost South Florida tens of billions of dollars in lost property values. Gimenez claims the U.S. has done a good job of mitigating our carbon output. Apparently, he has not been watching the firestorms that have engulfed almost 4 million acres out west, or the 5 named storms out in the Atlantic Basin last week. But the biggest difference between the two is in their handling of the human rights abuses at the children's internment camp in Homestead, which at its height held 3,200 children seeking asylum. The mayor, after being invited to tour the facilities by the Department of Health and Human Services, told reporters that the kids said the food there was fine. Children who had traveled thousands of miles on foot across some of the most dangerous territory in the Western Hemisphere, only to be separated from their families at the border, were happy to get a hot meal. Also, the bathrooms were clean. Mucarsel-Powell, on the other hand, was blocked from entering by HHS officials when she arrived with 2 other members of the South Florida delegation, Representatives Debbie Wasserman-Schultz and Donna Shalala, despite the law allowing members of Congress to inspect any federally run facility unannounced. What she saw there when she was finally given access broke her heart, she said. Quote, "The facility felt very much like a prison built for child immigrants, high fences, guards, and constant monitoring." She returned several times to speak with the witnesses keeping watch outside the camp, and drew national media attention when she brought her colleagues, including Senator Kamala Harris, while they were in town for the Democratic debates. Mucarsel-Powell also was the one who filed an inquiry raising concerns about allegations of child sexual abuse by the staff, which a year later were confirmed in a 17-page report. Under intense media scrutiny, the camp was forced to shut down, but HHS never accounted for where they sent the children. To this date, family separation continues to be the policy of this cruel administration. The deadline to register to vote, to register online, you can register online, is Monday, October 5th. You can find the link in the description section of this video, and early voting starts October 19th. If you found this information helpful, share it with a friend. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button.